feel like people should come whole. It's about two whole individuals coming together, not one who's there to make up for what the other person, can't do for themselves. You all can come together with all of your gifts and talents and money and do something, but don't come if you can't even take care of yourself, if you're not whole as an individual.
So what happens when life happens? And
That's different.
Okay, but hold on. If I'm just me, if life happened and I was rolling, I was good. Life happened. I meet you, me and you, bang, we connect. But I'm coming to you saying, look, life happened. But these are the steps I'm going to take. This is my plan. This is how I expect it. I can't have any time to show you that.
I'm going to say, I got you. I'm cheering you on. You got this. But we're going to revisit that once you do XYZ. If you're still available.
You put in the door with me. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you can't leave me like that. You got to kind of date me every now and then. You kind of got to peek in to see what I'm doing,
right?
How it's going.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a little peekaboo action going on.
If it's not moving up, then you don't fuck with me. I don't know if I can curse. But if it's not moving, if it's staying there,
speak your truth.
Leave me then. But if it's every time you see me, I'm like, babe, I picked up 2 more accounts. You like, all right. Next time you see me, I picked up 5, but you didn't give me a chance because I ain't have it. Watch me. And if I
would deal with somebody like that though. Like if I saw them putting the effort, well, I wouldn't commit to them. Like I said before.
Yeah, come on, don't sit there lying down.
I believe you. Who I am as a person, I'm the cheerleader.
Billy, I'm glad you believe him.
I'm gonna make connections if I can, if I have the capacity to do so. I'll send business your way, depending on what you do. If I have an opportunity to make those connections or add value, I'm doing that. But I will not be that person who is yours exclusively. You know what I mean?
As a woman who dated women and now date men, I thought, like I said, even as a woman now, if I had absolutely nothing and I couldn't take care of myself, I'm not about to date a man and I can't take care of myself. And back then, when I used to date women, I was more the masculine one. I'm not even comfortable dating and asking a girl to be my girl because, like you said, Billy, you already know how it's gonna go. So it's like for you to even be comfortable enough to pursue somebody but not have the tools and what's necessary to pursue them, it doesn't make sense to me. It's just like get yourself together first in that area, because now we're building homes like 20s and stuff. You just building bonds probably on a college campus. You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about nobody paying your bills. But after a certain age, it's like, nah, I'm not doing it, because it's a red flag. Because why is you so thirsty for me, but you ain't got your life together? Now I'm like, what's your motive?
So would you stick around to see it change and to see it, or you would just want him to go do what he do and come back? You'll stick around a little bit?
I wouldn't mind having a friendship, but I will make sure he understands that this is a friendship. Because sometimes when you tell guys it's a friendship, they still want to pursue and be entitled to certain things. I'm not asking you for nothing. Don't offer to do anything for me. I'm not going to accept anything from you.
Okay.
We're friends. And then once I see that you're meeting that potential, of course, because the thing is, if you're that person with potential and not just a brokey, you're going to be able to have that conversation, right? I'm going to be able to tell through conversation if you really about what you say you about, because you got to have a certain type of experience. If you was on and you fell off, that means you're experienced in certain things, like how you manage your money, how you take care of your bills. You probably even got some money on the back end to help you while you're in that low, stance, especially after a certain age. So yeah, you might be broke, but you still, because you were doing what you were supposed to do, you got money to make sure you good while you're getting on your stuff. That's different. Brokey mean broke, no savings, nothing. Like you have no, like she said, when you look at your resume, it looks like you jump from job to job to the point that the employer don't even want to hire you because you haven't been consistent in working. Those are like, I had to realize what red flags were.
Y'all just told people to be okay with doing that a couple weeks ago. From jumping,
like I said, in your 20s is cool. 30s, and you see that there are still jumping from job to job 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 1 year, 6 months, 6 months. And then let's say they also not even in the same field. those are red flags, because what are you really doing with your time? People who are consistently working to work towards something is going to show in their life. It's going to show on their resume. That's like, just look at their resume.
I have a quick question. Would would you have the same expectation if the roles were reversed and you guys were, like, let's say, dating in the way that you were dating, or y'all were in a relationship, that the expectation was, I'm going to be responsible for this part financially, you'll be responsible for this, and then you lost your job, or something happened where your funds are no longer the way that it is. Do you expect the man to step in and then just cover everything until you get back on your feet so you can contribute or do whatever it was that y'all were doing before that y'all agreed upon? Or do you expect him to also be like, you know what, I'm a fall back and allow you the space to get back on your feet? And then, once you're on your feet, then we can revisit this relationship.
Miss Taken, when the people do that, are they living in the same house when they doing that, or are they living in like separate houses?
Well, I don't know, because that wasn't defined when y'all were having this conversation. So whatever it was, based on the conversation that y'all were having,
like the first guy approached.
I think that we're having
thinking more towards just behavior.
Conversations. I think that's two different conversations. I think it's a conversation. It's different if you're in a marriage. For those of us, if you're in a marriage or you're in a long-term relationship and your partner loses their job or falls on hard time, or you use your job, absolutely, you guys are there to pick each other up when you fall down, right? It's a partnership. But we're talking about if you just meeting Who Shot John off the street, like you don't know this man. Like, no, you're not going to be inclined to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I feel like just like men have options, women have options too.
If it's reversed.
So when we're being selective, we have an issue, but you guys can be selective.
So what is, when you guys
they not in here,
her
question was that if it's reversed.
With the dating, I don't know what parameters or what level of dating we're speaking from, because that wasn't clearly defined. So I'm just saying, based on when you were saying, you wouldn't date broke men, they need to get themselves together, or if they didn't have their money, then we're going to be friends. Whatever the parameters were around what you considered dating, I'm just saying that same thing, but just in reverse. So I would assume when you're saying you're dating and you're at that point, let's say you're at least 6 months in, 6 to 8 months in, and this happens. Are we still moving that same way, or is different based on how long you've been with the person? If it's 1 month in, I can understand that. If it's 1 month in, but if you gave like maybe 6 to 8 months, are you moving the same way?